So, good afternoon, everyone. It's so nice to see you again. And we are also going to be relying heavily online as well. And it's nice to welcome back, or not welcome back, but to have here today to the briefing room Ahmed Fatih. Thank you so nice, and all of you. So the President of the General Assembly, Mr. Dennis Francis, issued a post on his ex social media account welcoming the pause in the fighting in the Gaza Strip and the release of hostages who were being held by Hamas since October 7th. The PJ is delighted to see families being reunited. President Francis reiterated his call for all hostages to be freed for unimpeded access to humanitarian aid for Palestinians and protection for all civilians. He expressed his deep appreciation on behalf of the General Assembly to the governments of the State of Qatar, Egypt, and the United States of America, and to all parties who contributed in no small way to the temporary pause and to the opportunity for loved ones to return to their families. President Francis has appealed for the permanent cessation of hostilities and for a political dialogue leading to durable peace and a two-state solution. And tomorrow, the General Assembly will hold the plenary meeting Question of Palestine, item 35. President Francis will chair the meeting in the GA Hall at 10 a.m. Member states will analyze the report of the Committee on the Exercise of the Inalienable Rights of the Palestinian People and a note by the Secretary General on the economic costs of the Israeli occupation for the Palestinian people, the welfare cost of the fragmentation of the occupied West Bank. Afterwards, there will be a debate on the item, the situation in the Middle East, item 34, report of the Secretary General in member states are expected to take action on the draft resolution. President Dennis Francis will be at this briefing room this Wednesday, 29 November, to speak to you about his participation in the 28th Conference of the Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change in Dubai. President Francis will be here at the press briefing room from 1 p.m. to 1:45, following the briefing by the SDG's spokesperson. We are talking about Wednesday, 1 p.m., to answer your questions. He will also speak about his recent official travel to Cook Islands for the Pacific Islands Forum and the existential threats of sea level rise amidst the climate crisis. After the PGA briefs on his official travel to COP28 on Wednesday, 1 p.m., there will be no briefing by his spokesperson. And this is everything we have for today. So do you have any... Ahmed, can I say welcome back? At least to this third time here as a spokesperson. So it's your first briefing. Yeah, there should be a microphone there. Go ahead. How are you today?
Thank you for your warm welcome. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, a couple of questions.
Sure, go ahead.
How the PGA feels about the recent commitment by the Israeli government for more funds to expand on the settlement programs they have already in place.
That's your first question. We'll have more questions. Yeah. If you have more, go ahead.
And the second about the COP28 and how the PGA will react, especially with civil society, who are, since this morning, after the release of the BBC report about UAE conducting negotiations with 15 nations in order to supply them with fossil fuel, and what's his expectations for the outcome?
Okay, thank you for your question. Well, first of all, right now the PGA is very much, when you talk about the situation in the Gaza Strip and Israel, the PGA is very much focused on the situation that is evolving right now for this pause to become a permanent pause. And this was, Ahmad, since the 7th of October, his appeal. Since the 7th of October, he appealed for a cessation of hostilities, for a stop in the bloodshed. The PJ himself said several times in regard with this topic that violence begets more violence. So he is at the moment focusing on the evolving situation, which has been presented as a positive step or a right step in the right direction. And he's very much hoping that this will be a permanent pause, a permanent cessation of hostilities for parties to have an opportunity for creating the conditions, as we say in diplomacy, for them to go back to the negotiation table. Because there is no other way than a diplomatic way based on the dialogue, based on mutual understanding, for the dialogue to be resumed and for a direction towards the two-state solution to take place. So that is his concern right now. And on the second question, COP28, you know, this PGA has been very consistent in the approach that he has as the leader of the General Assembly with the contribution of civil society. Civil society is part of the equation, yeah? Sometimes some interlocutors will like or dislike what civil society says, but what they say is part of the equation. It's a collective effort, and without this every party doing what is or delivering their contribution, we will not get to achieve what we have to achieve in Dubai and what we have to achieve when it comes to climate action. So it's a job, or it's, I would say, a work for everyone. So civil society will be there, and the PJ himself, whenever he travels, he takes the opportunity to talk to civil society, to listen to them. As a matter of fact, we will have a big event here in December on this. But thank you for your questions, and welcome back. Sure, sure. And afterwards, I'll go to Pam. Go ahead. Yes.
Is the PGA intending to hold any meetings with the civil society who will be present in Dubai?
Yeah, he has, as a matter of fact, he will announce his agenda on Wednesday, so I don't want to get ahead of the PJ. It wouldn't be a wise thing to do. But he will be meeting with several representatives of civil society, authorities, of course, and other interlocutors in Dubai. It's a very intensive agenda. But thanks, and welcome back. I go to Pam now. Pamela Falk.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you.
As you know, I spoke with the President of the General Assembly about his trip, and he was very gracious with his time. Mm-hmm. But on the Kenya force, Parliament approved it, but the High Court in Kenya has doubled down and extended the block. Mm-hmm. Is there a plan B? I mean, they called it a suicide mission. That's the High Court, about sending 1,000 troops. Is there a plan B as far as the PGA, the President of the General Assembly is concerned? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for your time with the PGA on Friday and for the interview as well. We are very grateful for your interest in this trip, which was a very successful trip, we have to say, official visit of the PGA to Haiti, where he spent 2 days. He spent 2 days there talking with the authorities, talking with representatives of political parties, but also civil society. He ended up this trip in a school, listening to students, as he himself said that, what impressed him greatly in Haiti was the resilience of Haitians that he saw in every face across all his meetings there. And that when it comes to the plans of the Security Council, he firmly believes that there will be a time where conditions which are being presented right now will be met for the force to go ahead. However, what we have right now is a dire situation. What we have right now is a security, very, very serious situation of challenges in security. And the PGA is fully engaged with the Haitian authorities and with all parties that he met there in order to make it happen, for Haitians to get the the aids and the support that they need. But at the same time, he also said and stressed that this is a matter of Haitian-led solution for the challenges that the country has. So the international community is here to support, and he has delivered this message. You haven't been forgotten. We are here to deliver support, solidarity, and hope. But at the same time, this is also a matter for the Haitians to get involved and produce the outcome that is much needed for the country at this moment. But thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sure, go ahead.
The formula of Haitian-led, Haitian-owned, we've seen similar formula in Libya, Libyan-led, Libyan-owned, and we haven't really seen much success in Libya till today. Why is the insistence on this formula without any hope for success? Because the fighting parties have not changed their stance, and they are still, the civil unrest is still ongoing.
Well, as you know, countries are sovereign, and decisions that have to do with them must be led by these countries. That is the approach of the PGA, and he firmly believes in this. Okay, anyone else? So, if not, I would say thank you so much for coming today. I know you have a briefing at 12. You some time off. I see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.